For those of you that are just coming in, happy Aloha Tuesday. Welcome to our Ukulele Club of Hawaii, which happens the first Tuesday of every month. How many of you folks are familiar with Merrie Monarch? Yay! Wonderful. Well, it is coming up next week. For those of you that are not, Merrie Monarch is literally the Olympics of the hula world, right? The best of the best converge on Hilo, Hawaii to share beautiful kahiko, awana, and our lovely ladies of the Miss Aloha Hula competition. And so in celebration of that, when you got your music packets, we put 4 fun hula numbers. So we want to call out to any hula dancers in the crowd. If you feel the need to put your ukulele down and get up and sway a little bit, we invite you to do so, okay? I know we got 2 guys clapping, and the wahines is like, no. But you'll notice that the chords on your songs are all very simple. Simple chords that you already know. So who knows? Cory might just do like full jam session, or he might throw in some technique, because that's what he's all about, okay? I do want to say a very big mahalo to our Souza Ohana, Joe and Kristen Souza, who along with Brother Sam and I founded Ukulele Club of Hawaii, and this is really just an opportunity for us to get together and jam. A very big mahalo to our friends at Windward Mall that allow us the space to be here. We do encourage you to please go check out all of our different stores and vendors. Go grab yourself something to eat while you are here. I do want to say a very big aloha to, he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, a very big aloha to Craig and Sarah, our instructors from last month. It's so cute because they're like, we're coming down. And I was like, I know why you're coming down, because Cameron loves Keiki Republic. And they're like, yes. And to see Cory too.
They brought me gifts.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
That's true friendship, people.
Wow.
That's true friendship.
That's the ukulele hanger that just goes.
Right, and I told him, I said, because look where my ukulele is now.
Oh, I love that. I love that. You know, that's what Craig teaches, right? Never on a chair, never on a couch, ever. I love that. Okay, well, family, please go ahead, grab your ukuleles, get yourselves ready. In a couple of minutes, we're going to start up with our warm-up song, Island Style, and then we're going to jump right into the music, okay? You ready, my brother?
We're ready. Let's go.
Can you warm us up with some Island Style?
Absolutely. Let's see. Okay. You know, I was, like Lina said, I was called yesterday. She's like, can you please come and teach? So I really don't have a plan. And then, you know, for those of you who don't know, well, I've been to Ukulele Club Hawaii before, so you all know I'm a teacher by day. And so it's pretty much like going into your classroom every Monday morning. You never have a plan. You're just going to say, we're going to wing it. We call it organic. So we're going to keep this real organic. But I thought today what I wanted to focus on, since we're talking about Merrie Monarch, some of the songs we have also will be for the holiday that just passed, which was Kuhio Day. I thought, you know what? Our focus for today is going to be on the science of Kanikapila. Like, what really is Kanikapila? And so, before we start, because we're going to start, the first song is going to be all science of Kanikapila. It really boils down to one thing. It's shut up and listen. Okay, that's like the best way that I can explain Kanikapila. So, you really just sit there, and you just go for it. And if you're playing the wrong chord, nobody knows, because there's a lot of us in the crowd. So, we're going to throw you to the fire, because you cannot do Hawaiian music without having the full setup. So, I'm going to have Hiʻilani. Can we have a round of applause for Hiʻilani?
Aloha, you folks. Oh, you guys are so beautiful.
My girls are always so good at just coming because I said, please come. They show up all the time.
No, we came because he said, shut up and listen. And then we just came.
It's Kanikapila style. Shut up and listen.
That's it.
So, she's going to jump on guitar. I'm going to jump on bass. And I'm like, who's going to play ukulele? All of you. You're going to be the star ukulele players. That's how we're going to do it. So everybody open up your island style.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give us a nice countdown. You're going to start from that intro, C, G7, C, Z7, and then we're just going to wing it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, C. G7. C. G7, here we go. F on the island. We do it island style. From the mountains to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. Mountains to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Here we go, mama. Mama's in the kitchen cooking dinner real nice. Beef stew on the stove, lomi salmon in the ice. Yeah. We eat and drink and we sing all day. Kanikapila and the old Hawaiian way. On the islands, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountains to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Here we go, Grandma's house.
Grandma's house.
We call Grandma's house on the weekend clean yard, 'cause if we don't go, Grandma gotta work hard. You know my grandma, she like the boy real sour. I love my grandma every minute, every hour. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountains to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountains to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Here we go. Mama's in the kitchen. Mama's in the kitchen cooking dinner real nice. Beef stew on the stove, lomi salmon in the ice. We eat and drink and we sing all day. Kanikapila and the old Hawaiian way. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountains to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountains to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. I'll be real, I lost count. Let's do it again. On the island, on the island,
Yeehaw.
we do it island style. From the mountains to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Let's tag that ending. From the mountains. From the mountains to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. One more time, we're gonna tag from the mountain. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Here we go, G7 and C. Yeehaw!
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Very good job following along, gang.
That's it, you guys. See, you guys
Very
got it.
good.
Shut up and listen. You just go.
Shut up and listen.
You
There
lose
go.
count of where you are and you just say, play the ending again. It's the beauty of how it works when you're playing Kanikapila style.
That's
So once
true.
again, now that we're all warmed up, thanks for having us this evening. Thanks for coming every first Tuesday of the month. It's it's just so
guys.
nice to see you. It's so nice to see familiar faces. I've seen many of you before, and then I see many new faces, which means you came, you gave it a shot, and you're like, hey, I want to go back. That wasn't that bad. And then hopefully, after tonight, you keep coming again, over and over. So as Lina was sharing when, she called me last night, she said, I need you. And I said, well, what is the theme? And she said, well, it's Merrie Monarch season. Let's do hula numbers. And I said, oh, that's fabulous. So we're going to do some hula standards. So again, if the songs tickle you, please feel free to just come up. Mai, hula anywhere you like. Merrie Monarch right down the aisle
There you
if you
go.
want.
Yep.
We just ask that you stay off the tables because we lack liability insurance, yeah? But then I also thought that one thing that we just had was Kuhio Day, and so I thought we should also do something to honor that as well. So the first song in the packet, and I sent my sister like 100 songs, and I was like, this is what we're gonna do. She's like, I could only do 4. I'm like, girl, we got this. 4 songs, we can. So everybody go ahead and turn to Papakōlea, please. And then for those of you who've ever attended a lesson with me, you know that we don't just do ukulele, we're also gonna talk a little bit about Hawaiian culture, we're gonna talk a little bit about Hawaiian stories because that's just kuleana, right? That's responsibility as we're teaching. So we all love last week, Monday, hopefully many of you had Monday off, right? Because it was Kuhio Day, and you're like, lovely. And the question is, do we really kind of fully know and understand like the hugeness of what Kuhio Day is all about? So, the hugeness of what it is.
The heaviness.
The heaviness.
Heaviness.
Real heavy. So I just want to share a little bit of mana'o, especially since Hiʻilani and I are coming off this weekend where we did an event called Hano Hano Kuhio. And what it was about. So Kuhio, for those of you who know, he is referred to as Keali'i Maka'ainana. He was the chief, the ali'i of the people. And what Prince Jonah Kuhio Kalanianaʻole is known for is the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act, right? It is because of him that Hawaiian homes got started, and we have all of these aina ho'opula, all of these different homesteads around the island. And so Papakōlea, being one of the oldest homesteads on the island of Oahu, where Hiʻilani is from, grew up in Papakōlea, right across the valley. You have Papakōlea here, you have Keʻolu right below, and you have Kalawahine on the other side. That's where she's from, Kalawahine. But we trace our musical roots here to this area of Papakōlea.
Yeah.
And so this is a really beautiful song that takes you all around the different areas, starting in Papakōlea, known for the Mikinolia, right, the Magnolia, and then takes you all the way through Makiki, through Manoa, and all of these neighboring areas. So let's go ahead and talk chords really quickly. The lovely thing about Hawaiian music, which we love, is that it's so simple. And so this is a great song to start with because there are only 2 chords, C and G7. So, I was looking for my ukulele, Craig. I was ready
and it was
for
right in front of you.
And it was right here.
Thank you, Craig.
You see.
What a useful tool.
Okay. Oh, that's booming.
Oh, that's
All
booming.
Right, that's booming. Okay, everybody hold that C chord that you're going to hold. Again, this is a standard. You're going to hold the bottom string of the 3rd fret. And then G7, which is next. And that's pretty much the whole song. It pretty much alternates between those 2 chords, okay? And then you have a vamp. So the vamp is D7, and the D7 that's written here on the paper, in my opinion, is the best D7 to use, and I'll share why in a little bit. So that's, if you hold your C chord, bar the 2nd fret with your middle, okay? A lot of people like to use their pointer and their middle to hold D7, and it works because the pointer finger often is a stronger finger, but there are a few disadvantages to that because every time you're coming off a C, when you have to play the D7 in this chord, you're always going to play D7 after C. So it doesn't make sense, really, to lift off the C and then put down 2 new fingers. For those of you who've seen a lesson from me before, I call it lazy is best. People think I should just say simplicity, but really, let's be real, okay? The strategy to playing ukulele, I say this all the time, the fewer movements, the better. You want to be an efficient player. So if you're here on C, the best thing to do is just bar, because that's only 1 movement you have to think about. The second advantage to using the middle finger is you can use the pointer to hold down in case you get, right? So your chord doesn't sound like this. Lay down your pointer finger over the middle to get a clearer sound. Okay. So, Hawaiian style vamp is a 3-chord progression. D7, in this song, it's D7, G7, C. And for those of you who need the chord counts, it's 2 strums on D7, 2 strums on G7, 4 strums on C. Can we just practice the vamp by itself? Once you got the vamp, the rest of the song is a piece of cake, okay? Let's just practice the vamp. Starting on D7, 2 strums. 1, 2, ready, strum D7, G7 2 times, C. Go back to D7, G7, and C. D7, G7, and C. Okay. Got it? Easy. Okay, take a look at the chord progression. So, first verse, Aiai kaluna o Papakōlea, Ka'ulua ume miki no lia. So you start off on C. I'll give you the counts. It's gonna go like this. You start on C for 4. 1. Oh, sorry, 2 counts. Hello. 2 counts on C. 1, 2. Wait, I'm confusing myself. You know what? You gotta come off the vamp. Oh, sorry, it was 4.
4 hunts, yeah.
Okay, you see what happens when you like make fancy with pickup notes? Okay, so 4 counts on C. And it goes 2 counts on G7. And it goes right back to C. Okay, so 4 counts. 2 counts. C. G7. 1. Back to C. Now go back to G7, and you're gonna stay for a long time. Still stay there. Go back to C. Vamp D7, G7, and C. Let's try that again. Start on C, C, G7 2 times. 1, 2, back to C. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, G7. 1, 2, C. 1, 2, G7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to C. 1, 2, vamp G7, D7, G7, and C. Okay, pause right there. So the thing that makes Papakōlea tricky is it doesn't follow a straight 4-count beat, where the whole song is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It actually goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's what makes it tricky, why the changes are a little bit uneven. The other Hawaiian songs, everything stays pretty even and pretty simple, okay? So let's go ahead. We're gonna try an opening vamp, D7, G7, C. Let's just go ahead and play through the verse progression a few times. Again, beauty of Hawaiian music, it repeats over and over and over again. And then for my more advanced players, we'll pause. I'll give you a few other options of what you can do for those of you who are ready for it. And then we're gonna put it all together, Kanikapila action with the bass, guitar, and you guys on ukulele. Sound good? Here we go, from the beginning vamp, from the top, from the D7. 1, 2, ready, D7, G7, C, Hanaho, D7, G7, and C. Okay, stay on that C. Here we go, stay. 2, 3, G7, 1, back to C. And go to G7, 1, back to C. G7, and we're gonna stay there for a long time. challenging things about strumming songs. And you know, this is a very special night because right here in the front, I have 2 former students that used to take with me at the Roy Sakuma Studios for like, what, 8 years? Yeah, you guys, it was a long time. It was a long time. And then they quit, suckers. So I retired.
Because of you.
I told them that when I announced my retirement. I said, you know, after you guys left, nah. I had plenty of great students, just busy things. Yeah. But I always used to tell my students, strumming songs are really hard because if you don't sing, real boring, yeah. And you're like, when do you change the chord? So the thing about singing is when you're playing, and again, this goes back to the idea of Kanikapila and listening. You want to train your ear to be able to hear when the chord changes are happening. Because in true Kanikapila, nobody's going to be calling out the chords to anybody. Not going, okay, G7, now it's time for C. You just kind of go. But there are actually some tricks that you can listen out for if you know what to look for, okay? So for example, anytime I'm moving out of that melody range, there's going to be a chord change. You hear how my voice dips? That's kind of signaling, I gotta change chords over here. Then you hear how my voice is going back to where we started. So if we're starting on C, if I'm going back to where I started, that means I'm probably gonna play the same chord. Then I'm gonna climb. Oh, Papakōlea. And my voice is now climbing. That should hear, you're gonna hear, oh, a change is probably coming soon. Oh, Papakōlea. Because now I'm coming back down. Now this next part. I'm climbing up and I'm climbing back down. Yeah? So you got to think of the song as it's following a journey. It's following a line. And you have to follow that line too. So most times you can kind of you feel it in your instincts. You're like, yeah, mana'au is saying, a change is coming soon. Go with it. Go with it. Change. So once you kind of hear the pattern, you'll start to hear when the changes are going to come, especially in a song like this. All right, I promised my advanced players I'd give something a little bit extra. So for those of you who are just starting off, go ahead and you can review the chords. For my more advanced players, how can we spice this up and make this more interesting? One place we can do it is in the Vamp. So instead of playing my chords here, I can play my chords here. One thing that I can do is I'm going to bar the 5th fret. I'm going to put my middle finger on the 3rd string 6th fret, and I'm going to put my ring finger on the bottom string 7th fret. Okay, so again, my fingers are covering frets 5, 6, and 7. 5 is a bar. 6 is one finger on the 3rd string, and then my ring finger's on the bottom. So instead of D7, I could play this for 2 strums. Slide it back 1 fret for 2 strums. And then for C, I can play this. If I hold like a B flat chord, so that's the bottom 2 of the 1st. That's the middle finger on the, I gotta think. I had a long day at school, guys. Can I just say, yesterday I thought was Wednesday. I went to go see my personal trainer. I said, oh, I'll see you on Sunday. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, Sunday, that's the next time. He's like, it's only Monday. I was like, oh, good Lord. We're surviving. So, bottom 2 strings of the 1st fret, 3rd string of the 2nd fret, top string of the 3rd fret. Okay, this is B flat. Take it, move it up to the 3rd fret. This becomes C. Okay, so your vamp could look like this. 5th fret, slide back to the 4th fret, B flat on the 3rd fret is C. Okay, that's an option. You don't even have to hold the top finger. You can actually play the top finger and play open. If you have high G, that's for you, Craig. If you have high G, no problem. Low G sounds a little bit clunky, so you might want to see if you can put that in there. And then you can also play C here. You could play G7 in the next position, which is an F7 shape, the full F7 shape on the third. Or, I like this chord actually, for G7. I bar the fourth, and I hold the bottom three of the fifth. I like this chord better. You can play this instead of G7, and that B flat shape on the third fret for C. Okay? So I know I went really, really fast. Come and see me after. If you want to know those chords again, I can help you draw in the charts, okay? So, are we ready for Kanikapila? Okay, I'm gonna put my ukulele down and remember that it's still here. And I'm gonna pick up the bass. And you're lucky, you just stay on guitar. You just rock it all night long.
That's right.
Okay, for our homestead of Papakōlea, here we go. And Hawaiian music, yeah, unless you're a hula dancer who really is begrudgingly dancing, and you tell the musician you go 2 1 1 1 1 1 2, so you can just blaze through your hula. We're gonna go traditional. We're gonna do every verse twice. Sound good? All right, here we go. Starting from your vamp in D7. I'll give you a count, and let's Kanikapila. Kanikapila kako. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, D7, G7, and C. Again, hanaho D7, G7, and C. Here we go. C. Ai ai kaluna o Papakōlea. G7. Kaʻulu Oh, hi, cousin.
Hi, my cousin.
Give us a little hula.
Give us a little hula, cousin.
Please. Aya.
Ai, ai, kaluna, o Papakōlea, kaʻulu a ume miki no lia.
Vamp. Okay, verse 2. Kaupono. Kaupono I kaluna I puaina ahuvalene I kula o makiki vamp. So that's talking about puaina. That's the traditional name of punch bowl, yeah? Kaupono. Kaupono I kaluna I puaina ahuvalene I kula o makiki vamp. Tumakiki. Imakiki hoʻia me kualoha I ke kui puale I puamelia. So when we kui that lei, we're making that plumeria lei. Very famous. Oh. Imakiki hoʻia me kualoha I ke kui puale I puamelia. Aloha.
With the ice cream. That's the best dance.
He
That's right.
aia hoʻi oe ka ua tuaine e alaine a o manoa. So that tuahine rain is the famous rain of Manoa, yeah? Elia hoʻi oe ka ua tuaine e alaine I pa'a o manoa. Anoa ko'u kino na uho'okahi a'ole na kanui manu o kaleva. Same in Hawaiian music, okay? You're gonna do a vamp, you're gonna go D7, D7, G7, and you're gonna go C, G7, C. Can we try that? From the D7, a 5, 6, 7, D7, G7, and C, G7, C. First song, Papakōlea for Prince Jonah, Kuhio, Kalanianaʻole. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Good job, you guys. That was awesome. Kanikapila style.
Absolutely. Oh, so wonderful. I don't know, cousin.
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 Come on,
okay,
mai.
You sit there and you let it, you let it.
One hula.
Give us
hula mai.
something.
Keʻolu oi.
Please. No. Ki manava.
Manao.
Oh, everybody, can we have a round of applause for cousin Kahikina?
Oh, our cousin.
This is our beautiful cousin over here who's a fabulous hula dancer. She travels all over the kind places.
Do you want to do one of the songs there?
What you like to? Hiki, okay, we'll go to that. Okay, we're going to change our program. Everybody turn to Puamana. Yeehaw.
You guys gonna get hula dancer action while you play. We got here for you, T. We got here for you.
Okay, so fun things, and every time I think of this song, I think of my good friend over here sitting on the side, my friend Judy Kramer over here, Lahaina girl, born and raised. Yeah, and so this is a Lahaina song. And the last time I went to Lahaina with her and her ohana, we went down and we actually took a look at this area, with the place where Puamana was. So, and the late Auntie Irmgard Aluli Farden writes the song Puamana to give honor to her childhood home where she grew up. And if you look at verse number 2, ku'uhome, so ku'u is that possessive in Olelo Hawaii. It's
My
that
beloved.
mine. But it's not just mine, it's my beloved. And so we often use it for like your ku'uhoa, your ku'uipo, right? Things that mean a lot to you. So when you think about ku'uhome, it's like my beloved home. So ku'uhome I kaʻulu o kaniu. So that verse refers to the coconut trees that were planted on the property at the time. One for each of the Farden siblings. And if you go down, so it's kind of not on Front Street, yeah? One of the sides. It is on Front Street. I wasn't driving the car at the time. On the beach side of Front Street, if you go and look through all the pukas in the fence, you actually will still see the palm trees on the property today. Really, really cool. So that's what we're gonna do, this song, Puamana. So this is a lovely song. It's a slow song, and we love it. So, cousin, I'm gonna go over to the kind. I'm gonna go over the chords real quick. So our cousin, she's just so good. She's in the ready. So focus. She's pull. Okay. So vamp. Vamp follows the same counts. It's a 2-2-4. 2 beats on the first chord, 2 beats on the second chord, 4 beats on the last chord. This time, instead of the vamp being D7, G7, C, we're gonna bump that G7 up. It's gonna go G7, C7, and F. Okay, let's try just the vamp. Keʻolu olu, please. Here we go. 2 counts on G7, ready, and G7, C7, and F. 1, 2, again, G7, 1, 2, C7, and F. Okay, we're gonna go right let's dissect that a little bit closer. So first line, F. F7, you just add the ring finger to the 3rd string, 3rd fret, okay? This is the easy F7. If you can, add your pinky finger to the bottom of the 3rd fret. That's your full chord. Why you want to get used to playing the full chord is if you know it here, you can move it anywhere. And now, if you can hold the full chord, and the full chord means I'm holding or I'm covering all 4 strings at once, yeah? Whenever you're holding a chord that covers all 4 strings, it becomes a movable chord, okay? So that means if I play it here, it's F7. If I slide it up to the 3rd fret, it becomes G7. If I slide it up to the 5th fret, it becomes A7. So when you can learn how to hold full chords, hikino, it's a good thing to learn. So F, add the ring finger at the very least. If you can get the pinky there, that's great. 4 counts. Then you have B flat. So B flat is one of those love-hate chords. I'm not gonna lie. Either you really love it or you really hate it, because it sounds like this. And that's the chord, whenever it comes in the song, you're gonna go, oh, I'm gonna fake this till I make this, and it's gonna be good. Ooh, lots of popping. I'm gonna fake it till I make it, until, come back to F. I got it over there. So, a few tricks about B flat, okay? So, the bottom, we went over it earlier, but the bottom 2 strings on the 1st fret should be your index. Then your middle finger climbs up almost like a staircase to the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little secret. We're gonna cheat, okay? If you cannot go all the way to the top, leave the top finger off. If you can do just these 2 fingers, it works. Theoretically, if I'm playing B flat on the bass, it's a B flat 6. We don't need to be real technical, but it's a cheat chord. You can play this instead of your B flat. If you can get to the top and you're finding that you have a hard time getting clear chord, so what I mean by that is if you go down 1 string at a time, you want every string to ring out clearly. And if you're getting this, that means you gotta make adjustments. Here are the top maybe 2 or 3 things why people are not getting clear sound. The first is their fingers, instead of being rounded, are flat. Okay? That means you're touching other strings and you're muting the string by itself. Okay? That's probably one reason why. So if you know that's you, okay, like especially if you hear this on the middle 2 strings, that means you're gonna have to take a look, and if you gotta really like hike your fingers up and curl them so that you're really trying to make sure you're using fingertips, that could be one reason. The second reason is if you're not holding on the correct place on the fret, okay? Sometimes when people play ukulele, they're gonna aim for the direct center of the fret, okay? And if nobody's ever told you, it's actually not the direct center. Where you wanna aim for is actually a little bit off center towards the sound hole, okay? Towards the necks. You don't wanna be directly over the fret wire. You just wanna be slightly off center, okay? So that could be another reason of why. My third suggestion is if you're having hard time, it could be because you're pulling your wrist too far back. Push your wrist forward, okay? Not to the point where you're uncomfortable, but push the wrist out a little bit and then push your elbow out a little bit, okay? Bring your elbow out slightly, okay? So those are some tips of making B flat sound good, okay? So recap, F is gonna be for 4 counts, F7 is for 4 counts, B flat is for 4, then back to F for 4. Now this next line, C7, you stay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 counts. Now this last line, the last line of each verse is a vamp. G7, C7, and F. Okay, it follows the same counts as the vamp. Let's try. Here we go. From the beginning, we're gonna vamp 2 times. We're gonna play through the first verse a few times just to make sure we got the rhythm. Then we're going to hula and we're going to sing total Merrie Monarch action. I love it. Here we go. First vamp, G7. Here we go. And G7, C7, and F. On a whole G7. Fancy. You see.
Oh, very fancy, huh?
We're gonna travel forward in time and pretend we just did all 4 verses with the hanahos. Let's practice that last vamp, what that last vamp would be when we end. So we're prepared for it. So the last vamp, right? If we look down, E, P, ha, me, ka, ha, o, G7, C7, and F, C7, F. Okay, that'll be your ending vamp. Hanaho, let's try one more time from G7. Ready, and G7. Here we go, and F, C7, F. All right. Here we go. I'm going to pick up this bass. We're going to stay on this guitar. Can we have a round of applause for our beautiful cousin Kahikina once again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Hiki. And you know, I totally understand if you just like stop and watch the beautiful hula action, yeah?
No, this is one ukulele
Right?
club.
I know.
You're supposed to play ukulele.
But my only ask is, can somebody play ukulele, please? We need somebody over there in the crowd. Okay?
I don't care, I'm sorry.
All right, here we go. We're going to sing Puamana, Anti-Irmgard Aluli. Here we go. A 1, 2, G7, and G7.
Ladies and gentlemen, featuring Miss Aloha Windward Mall Hula.
Beautiful.
The beautiful Kahikina.
G7, C7, and F. Here we go.
Mana.
B flat.
beautiful kahikina. Wow.
Cousin.
Beautiful, my cousin.
Mahalo, cousin.
That's exactly what this is supposed to be about.
You know, and I have to say that nothing is better than when music is all in the ohana.
Yep.
Like when you
Exactly.
can really share this opportunity to play music with your ohana. I mean, it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. Pua mana, beautiful. Mahalo again, cousin. Mahalo ya'oi.
Love you, family. Thank you. You know, something about playing ukulele is one thing and singing along is one thing, but when you see the motions, oh my goodness, it just brings
Puts
the
it
whole
all
story
together.
to life, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Just
that's
brings
right.
the whole story to life. I love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, we're gonna go to this next song because it uses similar chords. Everybody turn to Pāpālina Lahilahi. So Pāpālina Lahilahi is a song that talks about a hula dancer and the parts of the hula dancer that we really love, especially their cheeks. And if you can imagine, Hawaiian people were very metaphorical in everything. So,
Wink,
you know,
wink.
you could be singing a song about a flower, but it ain't no real flower, okay? But we're not gonna go there because there are children around. This is a family environment, yeah? So you can think of a song as, you know, the dainty cheeks. And I don't know whenever you would describe someone's face cheeks as dainty. So use your imagination where the other cheeks go, okay?
There you go.
Excuse me, eyes up here, please. I'm up here, not down here. I'm up here, okay?
But nice, your cheeks.
Thank you.
You love your cheeks.
Thank you.
Both cheeks.
You know, not everybody appreciates, but you know, we try. So, here's the tricky thing about Pāpālina Lahilahi. A lot of times when you play Hawaiian music, you're gonna start in a key. So for example, when we were in Puamana, we were in the key of F. And the vamp, G7, C7, F, that last chord in the vamp is what we call the root. And in most Hawaiian songs, the verse starts on the root, like Puamana. We ended the vamp in F, and the first chord of the song is F. In this song, it's not the case. We're still in the key of F, so we're gonna play G7, C7, F. And if you have a pen or a pencil or a great memory, this is what we're gonna do. At the end of the vamp, we're gonna add in an F7, okay? So the vamp is gonna go, I was about to strum my bass, hello. Switch real quick. So the vamp is gonna go G7 for 2 counts, C7, F, F7. Okay? Now, that vamp is going to be the second vamp in the beginning and every vamp in between each verse. So when I open up the song, my first, you know, we always do 2 vamps in the beginning. My first vamp will be regular, G7, C7, and F. Then my second vamp, G7, C7, F, F7. And the reason why we need the F7 is because we need something to take us to the first chord, which is B flat. Okay? So the song actually opens up on B flat. Okay? So I'm gonna give you counts. Starts on B flat for 4. 1, 2, 3, F. 1, 2, 3, C7 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to F. 1, 2, 3, 4. B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to F. 1, 2, 3, 4. C7. 1, 2, 3. Back to F. 1, 2. Then you vamp. C7, F, add F7, pause right there. Again, hanaho repeats, coming out, on and on. If you want to, if you take a look at the second line where it goes, and you're like, Cory, can we add an F7 there? Yes, you can. If you want to add an F7, totally fine. The way it's going to change that line is you're going to play F 2 times, F7 2 times, because 2 plus 2 is 4. I teach 3rd grade. Now you guys know. I'm a good teacher. I can do that. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 1, 2, 1, 2 to lead back into the B flat, okay? We call, in this type of song, we call F7 a passing chord, okay? It's called a passing chord. Its purpose is to help the song and the melody to move or to pass to the next chord. It gives the ear something to listen to, right? Because when you listen to it, you hear how just that sound, your ear is like, oh, I'm picking back up again. That's the purpose of F7. When you have passing chords are always optional, never necessary. So if they cause you challenge, the first chord you take out are the passing chords, okay? Because F7 is just F with a 7 added on. The root chord, the foundational chord, is still the same. So you can get away with playing with it in a large group, okay? But when you want to add sophistication, when you want to help move your melody line along, you want to add the passing chord, okay? I just noticed, oh, no, I never noticed, wait.
You never put them on?
I want to say that 4th verse is a modulation. Sis, where did my sister go? Was the 4th verse meant to be a modulation? Because we're in G. That's okay. We can make do. Okay, so you know what? We're going to play with modulation. We're going to be real fancy over here. So everybody go down to 3rd verse. Okay? The vamp is supposed to be G7, C7, F. Here's what we're going to play instead. We're going to get real fancy. Instead of G7, you're going to play A7. Instead of C7, you're going to play D7. Instead of F, you're going to play G. Okay? What we're going to do there is we are going to modulate, which is what we do in Hawaiian music when, because after 3 verses of the same thing, it's like when you're singing Hawaiian music, sometimes it's like, can we please add something? Can we add a little spice of life? And one way we do it is through this musical technique called modulation. Modulation means I start in one key, in the key of F. By the end, I'm going to end in a different key. And so what I'm going to do in this song is the Hawaiian word is hapai. I'm going to uplift. I'm going to lift the song. So I'm going to go from the key of F. I'm going to hapai 1 key lower into the, 1 key higher into the key of G. So take a listen to how it sounds. So when I do the 3rd verse. Sudden, oh, now the song is up, right? We lifted it. What we did was we modulated, okay? Something different. So what you're going to do at that end is you're going to play, instead of G7, you're going to play A7, okay? That's going to be 1st finger, 1st fret, 3rd string, okay? 1st finger, 1st fret, 3rd string, okay? D7, you could go back to this, or you could play the stationary, which I think sounds better whenever you're playing in that key. The stationary is like this. You're going to use, we'll do this. You're going to use your index finger, top of the 2nd fret, middle finger, you're gonna put on the second string, second fret. So same fret, parallel, just skip a string in between. Okay, this is D7. The reason why that's nice is the next chord following is going to be G. And all you're going to do is take your index and your middle, and you're gonna go down, one string each. So from the top and the second, you move everything down so that you're holding the third and the first. Okay? So again, you're not gonna play, after the third verse, you're not gonna play G7. You're gonna go straight into the next vamp. A7, D7, and G. Can we try that together? Okay, kako. A7, D7, G. Hanako, one more time. A7, D7, G. Okay, now remember, for the rest of the song, it was F, then F, 7. So now that we're ending on G, we gotta add what to the end? G7. Okay? So at that point, your vamp is gonna be A7, D7, G, G7. Okay? Then everything else written here is correct. So if we take a look at verse 4, let's play through verse 4, starting on your C chord. 4 counts everything. Ready? 5, 6, 7, strum C, C, and go back to G, and D7, and go back to G, back to C, and go back to G, and D7, and back to G. So actually there's a missing chord in that last line, everybody, where it says Aloha Vauia'oi. Can you add a D7 there above Aloha? There should be a D7. No worries, sis. It happens.
I was doing this last minute. But I just want to let you know, when you sent me the stuff, it said F or G, and I did the wrong conjunction junction. What's my malfunction?
What's my
I thought it
malfunction?
meant F2G.
But you know what? That was Keʻolu's way of saying, girl, give it a modulation.
Let's learn a modulation.
We're going to learn
Give
about
it a
a
hop high.
modulation. It's
There
called
you go.
natural teaching moments. You just go with it, yeah?
Let's do.
So add a D7. Aloha Vauia G. Oh, eh, when we're going out. If you think of the ending, A7, D7, and G, D7, G. That's going to be the end, okay? We just try.
Let's
We just
do it.
go. Okay.
Let's modulate something.
Let's modulate something. Oh, picking up the bass again. Here we go.
Love you guys.
Can we all give a round of applause for Craig and Sarah?
Sarah and Cameron.
You know, and I know we joke around a lot because they gave us gifts, at the beginning. But truly, for us, for me, for Hiʻi, for Crystal, our typical bass player, I just acting up here like I know what I'm doing. For our real bass player, we're so grateful for Craig and Sarah. They have become such good friends of ours who just they've given us such a chance. We're like such
a
nobodies
chat.
over here, singing on the front porch.
The best support, yeah.
Yeah, they
it's
are
true.
so awesome. If you guys ever
guys are
have the
so awesome.
chance, Craig and Sarah do so many online things, and they bring so many awesome online workshops. They have online concerts, backyard jams.
yeah.
They do
We were featured on one, yeah.
in-person retreats, and that I was so fortunate to be a part and teach a workshop at their retreat this year. Please follow them. Oh, and next year.
Next year.
See?
That's
And
right.
next year, you're
They're
back.
They're giving me a chance. They're so awesome. They have such a wealth of knowledge on ukulele in all sorts of genres. Check them out, please. They're so wonderful. Round of applause for Craig and
We
Sarah.
love you guys.
We love you guys.
Love you, family. Thank you.
We just love when Kanile'a supports Kanile'a artists like
Must. We must.
That's right.
Oh, Hana. Okay, here we go. E Kanikapila kako. Pāpālina
Ready for this
Lahilahi.
modulations?
With here modulations
Hawaiian.
and all. But we're gonna start in F, yeah, and we're gonna stay in F for the most of the time. Here we go. Ooh, she like rock over here.
I know.
You like be the center of attention, yeah.
I put it down. I put my volume a little down. Okay, go
Here
ahead.
we go. Starting from G7. Remember, the first vamp is gonna be full counts on F. We're gonna add the F7 on the second vamp. 1, 2, 3, G7. Oh, C7. Keep going and F.
Oh.
I know that happens when you're a little fat over here. G7, C7, and F. F7.
Aloha Vauia,
Oela, ko Pāpālina Lahilahi. B Repeat. B flat. Here we go into B flat. Modulation, here we go. And A, D7, and G, G7, C. Pāpālina, Lahilahi. Hey, Aloha, Vamp A7, D7, and G. Here we go, C.
Haina mai kapuana la o Pāpālina Lahilahi. Haina ho kapuana la he aloha mauia o e.
And G, D7, G. There we go. Pāpālina, Lahilahi. Mahalo. So, you know,
Beautiful.
I know that's time, and we got to Kanikapila some music, wonderful, but, you know, just remember that when this all started, when Hawaiian music all first started, it wasn't through books, it wasn't through written language. That came much later. It was all through oral traditions. Many of our songs originally came from oli, chants that were passed down from generation to generation to generation. And then those oli were changed, and they were, I'm gonna make up a word, they were melodified. They were given a melody, and they became many of the Hawaiian songs that we know. And so, you know, as intimidating as it can be to Kanikapila, I always encourage people, get out there, find your group, Kanikapila. It's so much more than just learning the chords and learning, but there's so much more, and I could go into all the details of how it trains your listening skills, how it sharpens your instincts as a musician, and that's all great stuff that we can get over time. So I really encourage all of you to Kanikapila. So I want to mahalo all of you this evening. I hope you learned some favorite Hawaiian tunes, some Hawaiian standards, so when you go, you're like, oh, I can play this song, easy, give me your ukulele. And you just go and you sing and you just join along and join in the fun and be a part of the culture, be a part of the perpetuation of our stories, of our language, of our heritage, and all of those wonderful things. So mahalo to all of you, mahalo to Lina, to everybody here, to all the cameras, all of you in camera land and Facebook land, aloha, and hope to see you next time. Mahalo.
Mahalo family, I know it's kind of running late, but would it be okay if we had them just jam one song for us? Is that okay? And then we're going to do prize giveaways, and then we're going to do our Hawaii Aloha in the end. Is that all right? Now, my family of, the name of the group is Keʻolu. Please make sure you guys following them, Keʻolu_music on Instagram. They're on Facebook as well. And they normally come as a trio. 3 besties. Our sister Crystal, her work schedule is kind of crazy, so sometimes she can be here, sometimes she cannot. But when she is here, she's dragging out her big 5-string upright bass, and she is jamming like nobody's business.
I was not about to haul my bass over here. I was like, electric, that's how.
We love her, we love her. So we're missing her tonight, but I am so, I'm kind of honored to be able to just jump in and make any kind of vocals with them, but I'm gonna let them do their thing. Hiʻi is actually the lead ukulele player, even though Cory...
Isn't that so funny?
Can I just say, she stole that instrument
Oh,
from me.
stop.
Okay, when Keʻolu first started almost 10 years ago, I was the lead ukulele player, and then, we kicked our guitar player out. And so because I was the only one who knew how to play 3 chords on the guitar and nobody else, that's how it happens. So.
And then we just kind of shifted instruments.
But we're not bitter at all about it.
Yeah, no,
Totally
you're not.
Totally not. We love each other so much.
But the beauty of it is that these 3, as young as they are, they play all 3 instruments. So at any time, while you're watching them, whether it's down at Moani in Waikiki or at any one of their hot spots, maybe at the Outrigger Kanikapila Grill, you know, they just switch off instruments and they're like, no, sis, I like play ukulele. Okay, then they're going to switch. It's so fun. So you just don't know what instrument they're going to be on when you show up, okay? But ladies and gentlemen, one more time, we'll go ahead and let them just jam one song for us on ukulele right now. Please put your hands together for my sister Hiʻi Asing.
Ooh, mahalo, you guys.
And our incredible instructor,
so
my brother,
awesome.
Cory Mao. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Keʻolu.
kuni, kamai kuni kuni, maloli hui o ke ani ani, hui a hui kamai. Mai hui hui o ke ani ani, hui a hui kamai. Mai hui hui o ke ani ani.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keʻolu. Much, brother. I hope you folks enjoyed that wonderful lesson. I'm going to leave them plugged in because they're going to help us with Hawaii Aloha in just a few minutes. Yeah?
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you know what? Sorry, I'm going to give,
I love the
you know,
way you
you
put that.
cannot stop the teaching moment.
What?
I'm going to give one quick tip.
One
For
quick
those of
tip.
you who, like, how you sing and play at the same time. When you're first starting out, just strum down. Only down. I'm serious. You can find the beat, keep track of the beat. You're not trying to think of all sorts of things. You find that you'll be able to sing because you're not focusing on this. You're focusing on the words, yeah? So if you really want to give it a go attitude, just strum down. Keep simple strum so you can sing along, yeah?
Our Ka'aba family. Yes. All right, my brother.
Okay.
Can you lead us? Because this is a man key.
Sure. Hawaii. Yeah, Hawaii.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cory Hiʻilani Asing of Keʻolu. Thank you so much for being here. And aloha.